Okay, first of all, thank you so much for meeting with me. I'm really grateful to have this opportunity, and I know you're gonna love my idea. It's a superhero character, a woman named the Douser. It starts off with a mild-mannered woman before she takes on her superhero status. For now, we can refer to her as Kelly. She's a career woman, strong and independent, in her 30s. There are some rough sketches I've drawn. I imagine your professional artists can work their magic with them. So anyway, Kelly is very happy with her life, except in one area, men. All of the available men she meets are real jerks. None of them have any sense of empathy, and they only want one thing. We show Kelly getting weary of the whole dating scene. Here we have her on a date in some restaurant with some jerky guy. He says something like,
"I'm so glad our mutual friend Debbie set us up. I'd date her myself if she wasn't already married. Would you say she's happily married? I mean, does she ever complain?"
Here's Kelly on another date with another jerk. This one actually tells Kelly he's proud about how he broke up with his wife.
"So, I finally said to her, you have 24 hours to get over your separation anxiety or I'm leaving you for good."
Okay, tell me, how exactly does a woman respond to something like that? Kelly then goes on a date with one of those classic self-absorbed jerks who can only talk about their brilliant careers.
"The 16th year at Brackley, and Taylor, I made senior partner. Those chumps finally recognized that I'm far more superior than any other lawyer there."
Ugh. Okay, you get the picture. She's dated far too many jerks. I have more examples based on actual experience, believe it or not, but we can go over those later. So, now, on to the story. Kelly finally dates the biggest jerk ever. He asks Kelly a really insultingly arrogant and insensitive question, and we see Kelly struggling with a choice. Either she can throw a glass of wine in this jerk's face in the classic bad date style, or she can be a good girl. We see the inner turmoil as her fingers grip the wine glass. "Douse him! Douse him!" her inner voice says, but she can't do it. Kelly politely excuses herself and goes to the ladies' room. Once away from that jerk, she can't contain herself. She suddenly snaps and loses it. Enraged at all the jerks she's ever gone out with, she rips the paper towel dispensers from the walls, writes, "All men are pigs," in lipstick on the bathroom mirrors. She hurls rolls of toilet paper all over the place. Finally, the restaurant staff members grab her and throw her into the alley where she's left to wander aimlessly through the night streets, still in a frantic rage. By dawn, she is no longer in the city but in the country, where she collapses of fatigue. Oh, now we're getting to the part where she becomes a superhero. Luckily, she had collapsed in a vineyard owned by a couple of caring gay guys. They find her and carry her to their quaint little bed and breakfast and nurse her back to good mental health. In turn, she helps them with the upkeep of their B&B and winery. She cannot bring herself to taste any of their wine, though, for wine only reminds her of bad dates. "It's probably best that you don't drink any of our wine," one of the gay guys says to her. "Nobody really seems to like it. They all say it tastes, well, really gay." Then, one night, Kelly is awakened by music. She faintly hears a Depeche Mode song and she decides to follow it. Finding herself in the wine cellar where the two gay men are stomping grapes to the music, she thinks to herself, "Their wine tastes gay, eh?" Inspired, she tells them to invite all their gay friends over and to have one big gay grape-stomping party, which of course they do, stomping gaily all night long. Well, I asked one of my gay friends if I'm stereotyping here. He said, "Absolutely," but in the queeniest voice. So I took that as him giving me consent. I'm such a fag hag. Well, as the months go by, Kelly ages the wine produced by that big gay stomping party with plenty of disco. She spends her free time using wine glasses to throw streams of water at cardboard targets. Finally, when it's time to test the fateful vintage, Kelly finds a nearby homeless wino, flashing her boobies at him to make sure he's a heterosexual wino. And much to the amazement of the gay winemakers, Kelly gives the wino a sip of the wine, and he instantly turns gay. Now, there's a nifty montage of her making her superhero costume. We see details of her outfit, but of course we don't see the whole finished suit until she soon makes a grand entrance back in the city. In the very restaurant where months before Kelly had gone mental, that same really big jerk is on another date. Another is soon to be victim of his extreme social ineptitude. He leans toward her and smirks.
So, let's say we skip the dessert and go back to my place.
With a mad rush, a cloaked figure smashes through a window and rolls to the ground from outside. The restaurant patrons all drop their jaws as a new superhero rises before them. The douser. Kelly is now in her full glory, boldly approaching the biggest jerk ever. The douser grabs a wine glass from her utility belt. A Syrah, the biggie. Into it, wine instantly swells from the wine glass's stem. You know, nice superhero kind of gadgetry. I douse thee, so that no woman shall ever have to put up with your boorish behavior again, she bellows, and spatters the jerk with the almighty wine till he's fully drenched. He falls to the floor. A bystanding lesser jerk asks,
Are you okay, dude?
To which he responds,
Girlfriend, I'm feeling fabulous. Simply fabulous.
As blonde highlights instantly manifest in his hair. And finally, we see the true glory in the douser's power. When weeks later, the once heterosexual extreme jerk is alone at home clutching his sage blue teddy bear he just had to get from Restoration Hardware.
Why won't he call me?
He cries aloud to himself.
I thought our first and second dates went so wonderfully well. Am I too fat? Was it my shoes? Didn't he see the real me? Men are such pigs. Men only want one thing. Men are such jerks.
And if he weren't so busy wallowing in self-pity, tasting his own medicine, he might have seen the mysterious silhouette and heard the gentle chortle of the douser, defender of single women everywhere, watching from outside his window. Well, what'd you think?
It's kind of interesting, but I have to say it's not quite our demographic. We market mainly towards heterosexual men ages 14 to 35.